Jerry Coleman alongside Kevin Cowherd here on BaltimoreSun.com and, of course, SportsWithColeman.com. Brought to you by Dover Downs Hotel and Casino. And Kevin, in light of some recent ugly events, particularly on the baseball diamond and in parking lots, too, if you're in Chavez Ravine, it's gotten to be more than just going to see a baseball game these days. You have to look out for your life at times, and the behavior has gotten atrocious. Is it all just alcohol-related, or do fans feel just entitled even more and more because they pay for a ticket?
Well, I think it's a combination of both, Jerry, but there's no question that alcohol's been a huge factor. 15 years ago, I wrote, and I really believed it at the time, that they were going to have to do something about the alcohol situation and even ban beer sales. It's never come to that, and of course we know that beer is a major sponsor of almost every sports event there is. But they've got to find a way, in my opinion, to get a grip on the drinking, because I think so much of this violence is spurred by the drinking. And as you said, I think there's, it seems to me there's some simmering rage in fans these days, even before they start drinking. And I think a lot of that has to do with ticket prices, a sense of entitlement. Hey, I've paid $25 for this ticket. I need to see a winning team, and if I don't see a winning team, I'm getting ripped off. So I think it's a combination of all these things, but you're right. I mean, the atmosphere at some of these ball games is just absolutely ridiculous, and the tragedy that happened to that poor Giants fan, that's just, it's totally uncalled for. I'm glad to see there's going to be a massive police presence at the next game out there, and as one cop said, it's going to be a sea of blue and not Dodgers blue, and I think that's the way to respond.
Well, it took a long time for the Dodgers to react, but we're seeing it all over the place.
Sure.
Even at Oriole Park at Camden Yards, some fool ran on the field. You hear the complaints out of College Park during Maryland basketball games and the vulgar language there, and they don't even serve alcohol, at least in the building. Outside the building, we all know it's a different story.
Yeah, but I think, Jerry, that there are certain ballparks where the atmosphere is scary, and apparently
Oakland, Philly come to mind.
And Dodger Stadium absolutely is one of those places. I saw a story about the number of crimes that have been committed around the stadium. So, I mean, this is what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a kind of a scary situation, and now you're dealing with fans coming out all bearded up. You're dealing with one of the most intense rivalries in Major League Baseball, the Giants and Dodgers. So it's just a combustible situation, and it just exploded, and this poor guy was beaten for apparently no reason. It sounds like the fan who was beaten up hadn't even had any interaction with these two guys that beat him up.
No, he was taken down from behind.
Yeah, real sad situation, and sports has to get a handle on this, because if people are afraid to go to the ballpark, forget the rising ticket prices. If they're also afraid to go to the ballpark, nobody's going to be going to the ballpark.
Yeah, if tasing won't do it, if a banishment from the ballpark won't do it, then send them to jail, because it's supposed to be a family event, not a riot.